What's up? It's George the Fragrance Apprentice. Emotions can be a fine line. Love, hate, happiness, sadness, laughter, tears, and all that bollocks. I don't know, I'm just making this up. Anyway, here are some fragrances that I didn't like. Some of them, in fact, I really hated. And then after a period of time and a period of conclusions and my nose maturing or whatever, I actually fell in love with them. First, I want to talk about something that inspired the list. This is called Scent Addict from the fragrance shop. So I'll just come out and be very honest. I have a friend who works at the fragrance shop. I only found this out quite recently, and when she found out that I was the fragrance apprentice, obviously we got talking naturally, and she approached me about talking about this, which is a fragrance subscription service. And when she pitched me this originally, I did say to her, you do know that there's been quite a few fragrance subscription services that have come and gone and have been panned and failed and criticised, like Scentbird and things of that nature. And so she repitched it as you're dating a fragrance. Basically, you go onto the website. This is for UK residents only, unfortunately. So for that particular month, you pick a fragrance that you want to try out, and you pay £12, and you'll get an 8ml sample in the post, which is, I was looking for it then, and then I was like, oh right, I'm holding it. And you get this. And so this is right here, 1 Million Lucky, that I've been testing out, and I like it. It's quite pleasant. But it gives me the opportunity to decide whether I want to or not. I think I'll be getting it. I do enjoy it. Of course, I'm really enjoying 1 Million Parfums at the moment, but I do like this. And so what you do is, if you enjoy it, then you can redeem that £12 on a full bottle. And I thought that was kind of unique. That was kind of interesting. And so it's all integrated into the fragrance shop. It's basically sort of like a demo service before you actually decide to buy the bottle or not. So as my friends basically pitched it to me, yeah, you're dating a fragrance, you're getting to know a fragrance. Maybe there are some fragrances that you've been thinking of buying, but you don't want to pull the trigger, as we always say, and go for the full bottle. You might just want to sample it. You might just want to try it out. And as this video is about to showcase, if we don't sample fragrances, if we don't give fragrances a second or maybe even third chance, you miss out. These fragrances are fragrances that I did give another chance, and now I don't think I can live without them. So check out Scent Addict by The Fragrance Shop. I'll leave a link in the description. Again, sorry, it's only for UK residents currently. Number 5 is from the house of Tom Ford. This is Noir. I've talked about this an immeasurable amount of times. I've told you about the landscape that it provides to me of this beautiful, foggy countryside in England, maybe near a church or a graveyard somewhere. I loved it so much that I even did a video where I showcased just the exact location that it reminds me of, and you can click it somewhere here. When I first smelt it, I just didn't get it. I didn't understand. I really didn't like it. To be completely honest, quite a few people were turned off by it. But as my nose matured, and over the course of 6 months, I was actually working in Harvey Nichols at the time, I really started to enjoy it and get it and love it and appreciate the unique setting that it would give me and the unique vibe that it would give me. Now that I'm older, I really do feel as though I resonate with this a lot more. I think that, a younger person in their early 20s, which I was when I first smelt this, that doesn't really quite fit. But as you get older, you mature and you get a few more wrinkles, yeah, this can really work, and I really love it. Number 4 is from the house of Parfums de Marly. This is Herod. Now, when I did first smell this, I thought that there was a potential, at least, for me to like this. I thought, okay, I can see where this is going, but I never picked it up, really. I never bought it or anything like that, because this is, of course, quite an expensive bottle. It was only last year when I actually, ironically, I bought a sample of this little 5ml sample, and I thought, wow, I really like that. And so in the end, I convinced myself, right, I think I should do it. I think I should buy a bottle. I don't have any Parfums de Marly bottles. Why don't you get Herod? And I did. And now I think that this was recently in, I don't know, one of my top 10 out of 10 or fragrances that I couldn't live without, something like that. That is that's how far this has come, and I absolutely love it. I think that it's so sweet. I think that for some people it's over the top, it's too much, it's too sweet, it's too wild, and I totally get that. But for me, I really enjoy the cinnamon, the vanilla, and as I've grown to sort of appreciate, it has like a Nutella kind of thing, like a hazelnut chocolate kind of vibe. It's really, really good. Love it. Number 3, again, is from the house of Tom Ford. This is Oud Wood. I've said this before, when I first smelt this, I thought it was cold, icy cold mushroom soup. And I thought, no way, that is awful. What is the hype about? Because people have been hyping this to death since the original formulation came out in about, I believe, 2007. People were going on and on and on. And I was like, but what about like Oud Fleur? I much preferred Oud Fleur, I much preferred Tobacco Oud. And one fateful day, I think I was in House of Fraser, and I went, because I'd only really smelt it properly on the card, and I thought to myself, I'd never actually put this on my skin. So I put this on my skin, let it wear throughout the day, and about 2 hours later I thought, oh, right, oh, okay, yeah, that's okay, I was wrong about that one. It became this incredibly sexy, masculine, woody fragrance that had, it's kind of like a combination of all the best bits of masculine fragrances. It was a little bit animalic, it was a little bit sweet, it was really, really quite woody. And yeah, don't put this on the card, it doesn't work. It just smells acrid and not very nice, and wet and cold. It needs the skin to warm it up. I mentioned that in my Oud Wood review, but it's good to mention it again. You need this on your skin for this to work. Number 2, Dior Homme. Dior Homme is my most complimented fragrance of all time. In the short period of the year before lockdown, I still got a number of compliments from this. In fact, the biggest compliment I got was when I went to Los Angeles and Jeremy said, that's amazing on you. In fact, I had this and had Maison Francis Kurkdjian's Aqua Universalis Forte, and he said, don't wear that, wear Dior Homme, it's absolutely amazing on you. So even the king himself of YouTube fragrance, Jezza, loved this on me and gave me a pretty strong compliment with this unsolicited, so that's quite something. But when I first smelled this, I remember where I was in Debenhams in Warrington, and you know, this was very, 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 very early in my journey. I sprayed this on, and I think I sprayed it on the card, and I think I even sprayed it on my skin, and I went, what on earth is this? I immediately got transported to when I was in like a high school play or something, and everybody was like putting foundation and makeup on everyone and things like that, and it just smelled like that. It just smelled like a makeup room. It smelled like a makeup bag and lipstick and all that kind of stuff. And I just got the absolute brunt force of it, and I thought, who in their right mind would ever want to smell like this? That is just preposterous. I don't know quite how, but I think it took like 8 months to a year for me to come back to this. And it was just like one of those weird moments where, and we even say this in the fragrance community, sometimes you can just get a fragrance, it sort of connects with you and you're like, oh, wow, oh my God, that's unbelievable. And it took a long period of time, but I finally got it, and I thought, oh my God, that's amazing. And then I started getting compliments, then I started getting a lot of attention when I wore this fragrance. So I'm just going to be very honest about this, that was the thing that made me want to push myself to wear it more, because of the unruly amount of attention that I got from this. And as I've said previously, sometimes you don't pick a fragrance will pick you. But my number 1 fragrance that I really didn't like, in fact I hated this, absolutely hated this when I first smelt this. Some of you may know what this is, but I despised this fragrance when I first smelt it. I thought, what a load of rubbish. And especially for the price, I was like, no way. I thought it was a complete joke. Now, if I'm doing like directing, film directing, or I wore this recently a lot when I was doing auditions. If I need to feel like a boss, if I need to feel, you know, power mode and you know, just getting shit done, I need to be in boss mode, I will always wear this. This is the first fragrance that I'll go to. It's Creed's Royal Oud. When I first smelt this, I felt as though like I'd, You know when you've got like a pepper grinder and the grinder breaks and suddenly just all these peppercorns fall on your food and you panic and you have no idea what to do. That's what this was when I first put this on. It was just pepper just falling on me relentlessly with no let up, and I thought, what a load of bollocks. This is like 200, 300 quid. What on earth is this? But after that initial, and I still find it a little bit harsh today, after that initial blast that lasts only about a minute and a half, it's just gorgeous. It's just unbelievably brilliant and sexy, and just smells great in a suit, and has that kind of boss motif of, I'm the king, I'm the boss, I'm brilliant, and I'm in control, I know what I'm doing. And sometimes, especially in my life, when I'm sort of just making it up as I go along, I do need a little bit of Royal Oud to just keep me on the straight and narrow. But it's amazing, and I've managed to keep this fragrance bottle to the height that it is because it is very, very strong, but as soon as I run out, I'm getting the 100ml. So there you have it. Hope you enjoyed this video, and don't forget to go out and check out Scent Addict from the fragrance shop. As I said, it's £12 per month for 8ml, and if you enjoy the fragrance that you sampled, then you can recoup that £12 to a full bottle, so that's really good. Anyway, hope you enjoyed this video. Thanks so much for watching. I'm the Fragrance Press. I will see you tomorrow. Bye.